In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, our fellow investors, we welcome you to the General Assembly for the financial year ending 31st of December 2023, and the abnormal assembly. And we will now listen to Sheikh Dana Nasser Sabah Al-Ahmed, that there will be listen to the strategy of the company for, in addition to the most important activities the company has undertaken during 2023. Before beginning the General Assembly, we have achieved a person with 71.88% of the shareholders. The first item in the agenda of the ordinary annual General Assembly meeting for the financial year 31st of December 2023, review and ratify the Board of the Directors report for the fiscal year ended 31st of December 2023. Do you agree? Yes. Review and ratify the auditor's report for the financial year ended 31st of December 2023. The report has been distributed. If there is any questions, the third item on the agenda is the review and ratify the financial statement for the financial year ended 31st of December 2023. If we want to discuss the report, we have the Deputy Director of Finance here with us. Shall we move to the fourth item, review and ratify the corporate governance report and the audit committee report for the financial year ended 31st of December 2023. Both reports are attached to the annual report. Is there any need for us to review the reports? Do we agree? Thank you. Item 5, review the regulatory authorities report on violations observed and subsequent penalties, if any, for the financial year ended 31st of 2023. I would like to make sure that there was a violation with regards distribution, which was regarding where was a abnormal activity on the shares and there were no penalties from the CMA, and especially after the company has reviewed its activities and the different regulatory authorities' decisions made with this regards. The company also is stressing that it is compliant with all regulatory authority directives. Article 6. Discuss the Board of Directors' recommendation not to distribute dividends to shareholders for the fiscal year ending 31st December 2023. There is a question from the floor. Yes, and true. We have profits to be shared, but because of the what is happening geopolitically in the region and the tensions across the entire space, we have decided not to share profits. In addition, that our part of our strategic plan is to maintain cash on hand in order to expand our business. We mean from this the benefit to our shareholders, not only for this year, for the years ahead. That is why we are keen, as we are some of the biggest investors in this company. We are interested in development of the company, and this is why we have decided not to distribute dividends. If there is any questions, the Deputy Director of Finance is here. He can respond to any of your questions if you have any. You cannot contain. This is not a a holding company. KIPCO is a separate company. This has different activities. We have financial services. We work in real estate. Therefore, because KIPCO and KIPCO, are not it's not a fair comparison. There must be buffer zones. There must be and we must not have a short-term outlook to the market. I think with regards OSN, I think the Deputy Finance Manager has can answer questions about that. He will, Mr. Mustafa, I think the Deputy Finance Director can respond to you. First of all, with regards to the first question, with regards to distributions, we have profits with around 7 million KD that have been deferred, and the reason we are doing not making any distributing any dividends is because we are, as Sheikh Adana does part of its activities, then we will be able to listen to her further explanation about the financial strategy of the company. I am sure that we will work on the same pace, that we will work on the game effect, that next year there will be further dividends that we can make. Thank you very much for your question, and also the CEO Sheikh Adana will give an explanation of the OSN project after the ordinary general assembly, before going to the next step of the FN. Article 7 of the ordinary annual general meeting discuss and authorize the board of directors to distribute dividends to the company's shareholders on a quarterly or semi-annual basis as it deems appropriate during the financial year, provided that the distribution is of real profits in accordance with generally accepted accounting principle that does not compromise the company's paid-up capital, and authorizes the board of directors to amend this timetable to share entitlement if necessary. Number 8, review the suspension of payment of board of directors remuneration for the fiscal year ended 31st of December 2023. Article 9, approval of the board of directors recommendation to deduct 10% net profit for the financial year ended 31st of December 2023, which amounts to 3,002,000 KD, to be added to the statutory reserve account. Do you agree? Yes. Article 10, review and report the company's dealings with related parties during the fiscal year ending 31st December 2023, as well as approval of future dealings that will take place during the fiscal year ending 31st of 2024. All activities are mentioned in the annual report. Article 11, approve an authorization of the board of directors to issue bonds and or sukuk directly or indirectly in any form, nature, or means denominated in Kuwaiti dinars or in any other currency it deems appropriate within the limits outlined by law, and authorizing the board of directors without limit to restriction to determine the sum of the value of these bonds or sukuks, their type, tenure, par value, coupon and or profit rate, maturity date, and all other terms and conditions as per Law 7 of the year 2010 and its executive bylaws and their amendments, after obtaining approval from the relevant regulatory authorities and as per the company's law. And do you agree? Yes. Article 12, approve an authorization of board guys so that discuss the allocation of 1% of the net profit of the financial year 31st December 20 for donations to charity organization through Masharia al-Khair charity organization. Is there any question? There is Article 12, I'm sorry I missed it. Approve the authorization of the board to buy or sell no more than 10% of the company's shares according to Articles Law number 7 of the year 2010 and its executive bylaws and their amendments. Do you agree? Yes, we agree. We have reached Article 14. Discuss the discharge of the Board of Directors from any liability for their financial year ended 31st/12/2023, whether for their financial, legal, or statutory actions. Article 15, discuss the appointment or reappointment of only one auditor for the company to the CMA's list of approved auditors for the fiscal year 31st of December 2024, and authorizing the Board of Directors to allocate their fees. Is there approval? Yes, there is approval from the floor. You agree? And noting that there are there are certain objections from the attendants to some of the articles from some of the attendants. Now we will end the ordinary annual general assembly. We will give an opportunity to Sheikh Dana to speak of the report of the CEO, after that we will continue with the extraordinary annual general board meeting. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, please allow me to welcome you to Kuwait Investment Projects Company for the fiscal year ending 2023. I'm sorry, can you hear me through the mic without me moving ahead? Thank you. Since 2022, and we are working to build a new strategy for Kuwait Investment Projects Company. And today I would like to clarify what the strategy is. And it comes under the title of Preserve and Grow. Our mission is to preserve and grow. So, preserve and grow the value to our stakeholders. Our vision is to be an agile investment holding company in our core markets, delivering sustainable returns in sectors that matter to our society in the present and for the future. Our areas of thrust are to unlock value by enhancing synergies across the group's companies and achieve a balance in the sector allocation of the investment portfolio to enhance shareholders' return and reduce concentration. Our strategic priorities since 2022 have been to strengthen the performance of our key portfolio investments and identify growth and investment opportunities in focused sectors. Second, strengthen governance and enhance synergies across the group companies. Third, strengthen the company's capital structure. And fourth, foster innovation and sustainability in all our investments. As you know, with the situation that we are facing today, that there is a lot of challenges in the operational. There are high interest rates, high rates of inflation, geopolitical tensions, trade disputes, and the sort. What is the journey of preserving and growing? It is through a number of significant steps. The first step was our merger with KIPCO company, where our net assets grew to 603 million and our shareholders' equity grew to 566 million KD. And this began in December 2022. We also, KIPCO was also took over the company of KIPCO, and this is to improve the oil sector and strengthen the oil sector, and also owning 52% of Burgan Bank Turkey by Burgan Bank of Kuwait, which raised the capital by about 200 basis points in order to ensure the growth of the capital of the bank. And the big step was the divestment from the Gulf Insurance Group. I believe that this was a very successful divestment where the value of the cost was to. This is the double of the book value that we have seen, and this is what we have, this difference that we had witnessed in that field. And this is, may God support Gulf Group, and we are Gulf Insurance Group. We still have a great relationship with them. We have a number of this is a number of activities we have covered out, whether it's divestments or mergers. Everyone wants to know what happened with OSN. We have acquired Anghami platform, and we have merged it with the operations of OSN Plus, and that was the aim of buying the point of the and the acquisition of Anghami Link. This is a technology. This is very good technology. This is why we did this, and we couldn't do this. We did not have this technology. We had certain things that we can do with OSN. This is with regards our mergers and acquisitions and other items. We also had an active management of our financial activities. During November-December 2022, Kuwait bonds maturing that were supposed to be in 23-24 were swapped for bonds maturing in 2028. And it is, so that was 150 million KD, and which allowed us 60 million KD of new cash flow. We made a repayment of $500 million of euro-denominated bonds that were paid, and in July 2023 there was an issuance of 103 million KD of Sukuk. We were the first corporate issuer of Sukuk and the first Sukuks ever to be issued in Kuwaiti dinar, and this was done with the helpful support of Kuwait Finance House and KF House Capital. We also made a repayment of $101 million of US dollar syndicated facilities, and in November 2023 we made a repayment of 28 million KD of bonds maturing in 2023. This is a review of our mergers and acquisitions and management of the financial liabilities. The divestment from the Gulf Insurance Group. There was a sale of KIPCO Group's 46.3% in the Gulf Insurance Group to Fairfax Financial Holdings. That was closed in December 2023. The transaction is valued at 2.4 times the book value. And I am sure that this was a successful. The proceeds were about 256.5 million KD, where the realized net profit for the group was 73 million KD. When we move to the activities of the OSN group, after our deep research into the field, we decided to acquire Anghami Inc. with the value of 130 million. What on the first day of the merger that happened during the past week, we had an increase. We had a revenue of $100 million on the first day, 120 million users as total, and 2.5 million subscribers. And as I said, it is not a question of acquiring as a music platform. It is the acquisition of a technology. The founders of Anghami were the ones who developed this technology. Previously, we used to rent, but now we own this technology and we own 55% of that platform. We also have OSN Plus. There are synergies between both of them where we have a streaming platform for music, video, and in the future we see that there is growth on the horizon. It is a unified entertainment provider that is based at its core on artificial intelligence, and it will play a major role in the development in OSN and Rami, whether through enhancement of the user experience or the creation of intellectual property. There will be cross-selling between OSN Plus and Rami INC. There will be added value to this. There will also, using the technology of the platform, we will be able to have a larger volume for advertising. We have 320 million users, and providing advertisements on streaming platforms will add further value. It will be a 4K streaming service, which is the latest in broadcasting platforms. I believe that all of these will be added value to the current platform. In addition, that we have renewed our relationships with many of the production studios in the major markets, and we have new understandings with Warner Brothers. Now we have both HBO and Warner Brothers are both available through the OSN Plus and Rami platform. This is also additional value to the offering, and we also have our well-known business, which is OSN TV, that we used to review over satellite reception. Now is now available on the streaming on the internet. It's a plug-and-play device that is mobile and is available. There are live channels being broadcast through this new offering, and there are also other applications that are available where you can access Amazon Prime Video through these, and you can access Shahid and Tods, which are regional streaming services. So from one device you can review, if somebody, this was made for somebody who loves the remote control and watching TV, but OSN Plus is available on your phone, on your smart TVs. A highlight of our results on a growth trajectory. Our results are driven by high impact, and where the total revenue, as you can see, the comparison between 2021, where the revenues were 700 million in 2022, that grew to around 1 billion, and in 2023 it has grown to 1.3 billion KD. The net profit in 2021 was around 17.5 million KD. In 2022 it was 25.3, 2020, and in 2023 it was 30 million, and hopefully it will grow on a high trajectory in the future. When we're coming to total assets in 2021, they are 10.2 billion KD. In 2022 it was 11.4 billion KD, and in 2023 it has grown to 12.3 billion KD, a growth of about 8%. Shareholders equity was in 2021 325.8 million KD. In 2022 it was 587.8 billion, and in 2023 it was 611.2 billion, with a growth of 4% year on year. The book value also grew in 2021. It was 134 fils per share. In 2022 it was 129, and in 2023 it is 134 fils per share, with a growth year on year of 4%. This is as a result of the effective investments that we get. We will also reuse our reserves to take opportunity of any any opportunity that comes our way. We are always keen on this matter. This is the group performance highlights. I believe that all of these results, I think, so for Sadafco, for example, their net profit grew 50%. The Jordanian Kuwait Bank, their net profit grew by around 216%, and I'm sure you will ask why. This is because the Masraf Baghdad, or the Bank of Baghdad transaction, that was the one of the best performers in 2023, and this is what we expect in 2024. KIPCO, always there's a growth of 26% in their profit. United Real Estate, there's a 24%. JTC, also a growth of 37% in profits. We also have ATC, the Advanced Technology Group. The recurring revenue grew by 11%. United Education Company, the number of students has grown by to reach 15,000. KIPCO Invest, the number of assets being managed under management have grown to 14.9 billion. OSM Plus engagement has grown by around 40%, even before the acquisition of the Al-Ghami platform. The allocation of our assets in the investment portfolio, as you know, Kuwait is our base, and may Allah Almighty keep us safe, and we will find that there is a strategic alignment of interest with the development plans prevalent in the region. So Kuwait, there is a concentration of 60% of our business, and the other countries, as you can see. But by sector, we have concentrations of 39% in financial services, petrochemicals 20%, foodstuff 20%, healthcare and education 5%, industrial and oil services 4%, real estate 7%, media 2%, and look at the differences this is the concentration by sector. Where do you think we will move in order to drive sustainable growth, and that we shall concentrate on real estate in order to take the opportunities from the sector, whether in Kuwait or from abroad? We are taking steps to prepare to, as soon as there is a auction for the renewal of the Marina Mall project, we are ready to go in. With regards our agricultural and oil sector, the state is directing a lot of its thoughts towards that, and as both these sectors require further investment, we are ready either through our KIPCO or UOP and ATC and INSHA. And we also believe that education and health, they are critical sectors. As soon as the state begins to loosen its grip on this sector, we believe that this sector is very promising through ATC, as it owns the Kuwait Hospital and other clinics. UEC, the United Education Company, has 6 schools and 1 university. We are working on expansion in Kuwait. and in the foodstuff sector, Sadafco is, as you know, Sadafco and Bank of Baghdad compete with one another. I think Sadafco's and profits have grown 50%, and I've said it produces basically 3 or 4 products, or we shall expand the production, and there will be further investments. When it comes to the petrochemical sector, we own about 6% of Equate and around 20% of Kuwait Aromatics Company, Caro. As you know, Equate, this petrochemical sector is a cyclical sector. Some years it has high returns, some years it doesn't, but we believe that within 2 years Equate will return to its high profits. Caro this year has converted into profit. This is the first time. And when it comes to financial services, we look forward to a lot of results being generated by Bergam Bank. Jordan Kuwait Bank, as you know, owns 53% of the Bank of Baghdad, and KIPCO Invest, of course, has a lot of interests in the sector, and we look to a lot from them. Preserve and grow is our strategy. We will continue to take steps to deliver on our mission and preserve and grow KIPCO by creating long-term value and sustainable growth that meets present needs while supporting our future ones. And in the end, I would like to thank and show my appreciation to the Board of Directors of the Kuwait Investment Projects Company for their support to the strategy and its and I would like to thank also, I'd like to express my appreciation to those who have worked with us to maintaining this portfolio and its growth. May Allah bless you, and our future is bright upon this. Thank you very much. May God bless you, and we thank you to Sheikh Dana for her explanation. And now we will move. Once again, we would like to welcome our shareholders, where we will begin the agenda of the extraordinary annual General Assembly, where current has been reached by 78%, where we will begin to add items 7 and 8 to Article 48 of the company's Memorandum of Association as follows. The 2 articles are 7 and 8, where we will take 1% will be deducted in order to be directed to the Kuwait Foundation for Advancement of Science, and based on the Article 8, based on a recommendation of the Board of Directors, the Ordinary General Assembly may distribute dividends to the shareholders at the end or on a quarterly or half-year basis. The Ordinary General Assembly may decide to renew its authorization to the Board of Directors in advance to distribute dividends quarterly or on a half-year basis, and determine the timetable for this distribution. For this distribution to be sound, the distribution must be from real profits based on generally accepted accounting principles and does not compromise the company's paid-up capital. These are the 2 articles that were changed. If there is any objection, will be registered, and at the end, I would like to thank all of you for coming here, and we would like to express our appreciation for your continued support, and without the blessings of God and your support, we would not have reached the point that we have now. Thank you very much for your attention, and with this we conclude the